McGeeTV.
Welcome back, McGeeTV viewers. I've been wanting to show off my Double Dragon collection for a while now, and recently I picked up a new game to add to it. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to take a look back at the Double Dragon series. I've been a bit under the weather lately. I'm recovering from the flu right now, so if my voice sounds a little funny, that's why. Let's go ahead and check these great games out. So this is my copy of Double Dragon for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the game that started it all for me. I can hear the theme song to this game in my head all the time. It's just one of my favorite games as a kid. Of course, the sequel, Double Dragon 2 The Revenge, also for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I've always wanted to track down a copy for the PC Engine CD. I know that version of the game has some cutscenes that aren't in this one. I heard the controls aren't very good for it as well too, though. But I had some fun playing Double Dragon 2. I haven't really been able to get that far into this one. I still find it to be a really fun game to play. And of course, Double Dragon 3. I had a lot of fun playing this one as well. I always thought it was really funny, the intro. The same joke that everybody knows, you know, they misspelled the name Billy, he's Bimmy and Jimmy in it, which is really funny. But I've always wanted to play the arcade version of this one. I've never played the arcade version of this one. Have to track that down someday. I have a pretty good collection going for the Sega Master System. This is the Sega Master System version of Double Dragon. One of the things that's kind of interesting about this one as opposed to the Nintendo Entertainment System version is that this one lets you play two players simultaneously. The original Nintendo Entertainment release didn't let you play through the game that way. There's like a little versus mode, but it's really not quite the same. I picked this up at Planet Fun. It's a local retro game shop here in Savannah, Georgia. And I unfortunately do not have the manual, but I definitely have the game. I, of course, saw the hilariously bad VHS movie that they made based on the Double Dragon series. It was a live-action film. This is actually from the Saturday morning cartoon series that Deep produced. It's not really that great of a TV series, but as a kid, you know, it was kind of fun. And of course, Super Double Dragon for the Super Nintendo. I had a lot of fun playing this one. I have gotten really far into this one. I haven't beat it yet, though. I really got to find me a friend to sit down and play this one with me so I can go ahead and knock this one out one day. Double Dragon 5 The Shadow Falls. This game's not a true sequel to the Double Dragon series. It's a fighting game. It's okay. It's, you know, not the best. It's nothing like, you know, the Capcom classic fighting game of the time, Street Fighter II, which kind of ruled the Super Nintendo for me. And I've got one of the spin-offs, Battletoads and Double Dragons. It's really kind of a goofy game. I found it to be really fun, though. I love the Battletoads. I think they're pretty awesome. I've got a lot of the Battletoads games as well. This one's kind of fun. I really got to get me a buddy, though, to sit down and play this one with me, though. I really want to beat this game one day. And this right here is one of the prides and joy of my collection. This is Double Dragon for the Neo Geo CD. This is also a fighting game, but unlike Double Dragon 5 for the Super Nintendo, this one's actually really good. It's got some scrolling and some sprite scaling that I find to be very interesting and visually compelling. It's really fun. The graphics are really good for the time. I just had a blast playing this one. I know they got a version of this for the PlayStation that was only released in Japan that's got some FMV from the hilariously bad VHS movie that I talked about earlier. This one's kind of the definitive version for me, though. I've had a lot of fun playing this one. If you've got a Neo Geo CD, I highly recommend you track it down. I love playing this one. And this is the latest addition to my Double Dragon collection. I saw this on Limited Run Games. This is the first Limited Run game that I've ever purchased. I've looked at quite a few throughout the years, and I've just had a lot of bad luck with getting in there and getting a copy before they're sold out. But this time, I couldn't resist. I had to have this one, and I really lucked out on the timing because I had the money and I was there when it was available. This is a physical release of Double Dragon 4 for the PlayStation 4. And check that out. Very cool. Simultaneous two-player action. Double Dragon 4, the legendary arcade classic returns. A new threat has risen in the form of an evil gang known as the Renegades. Their only goal? To put an end to Billy and Jimmy Lee once and for all. Can you defeat the Renegades? Don't let the heat get to you. Defeat evil in the desert. Battle through the tower. Challenge your skills. You can see 1 to 2 players. It's only a 550 megabyte game. It's on a Blu-ray. Art design had something to do with it. Technos, of course. And it is a limited run game. Let's take a look at what we got on the inside. Check that out. Hey, that's some really rad looking artwork. I really like the artwork here. Game pack instruction manual. Oh, it's got a reversible cover. We're going to have to check that out. Double Dragon 4 game pack instructions. Looks like we've got a little history of Double Dragon right here. Asking what is Double Dragon. It dates the original arcade game back to 1987. So last year would have been the 30th anniversary of Double Dragon. Got a little bit about the story from the first 3 games, it looks like. As well as this one. Here we got our heroes. Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee. Looks like we've got some of the villains here. Linda, of course. Classic. Bobo. Burn off. I love seeing all the sprite work. Very, very cool. Limited run. So we've got the game disc right here, looking all sharp. Let's check out that reversible cover that we got going here in the back. Check that out. That was our default. And I'm used to seeing this artwork, but I really think I like this one better. That just looks so classic Double Dragon right there. Well, thanks for checking out my Double Dragon collection. It's been a lot of fun showing off these games, and I can't wait to sit down and play me some Double Dragon 4. I just had to show this off. There's a tiny little Bobo right in the corner of the game spine when you reverse the cover, so that is really awesome. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to McGeeTV for more great video content. Evan and I put out videos weekly. Please check us out at www.McGeeTV.com, on Facebook at McGee Television, on Instagram and Twitter at McGee_TV, and myself at McGee_TV on Twitch, and Evan at XXScissorp, XX Gaming on Twitch and Twitter. Get your McGeeTV shirt and mug at www.cafepress.com/McGeeTV. Thanks for tuning in.